Those of you that have been following along with some of my videos, you know that I love movies, and you know that I love movies that have kind of legal courtroom scenes in them even more. And so today, we're gonna take a look at an absolute classic that many of you have probably never even heard of, My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin, one of my personal favorites. So if you see My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin, it's a great movie. It's actually a terrible movie in a lot of ways, but maybe you've seen it. It's about Steve Martin. He plays this character where he's a mobster that's gone into witness protection, and he ends up kind of living in the middle of nowhere. And they really kind of emphasize a lot of the stereotypical stuff about the Italian mob in a way that makes it really funny. Let's see if you like it.
Then, Mr. Antonelli.
Mr. Capelli left the room.
Did Mr. Gazzo say anything at this point?
Mr. Gazzo said, "Kill the fart." I apologize, Your Honor, but that's what he said.
You know what makes this funny is that Steve Martin is like just the most American, you want to call him American white guy, guy next door kind of guy that you've ever seen in film. And so they dress him up as a stereotypical Italian mobster with all the kind of eccentricities that go along with it. I just think he nails this role. I think he's so funny, his mannerisms, the way he talks, and these scenes in court just crack me up. Let's see what he says to the judge and to the jury.
Was he speaking?
Sonny, Frankie, Richie, Al, the guys who were there. And then they had a little eggplant Benny's mother made, and she puts capers in, which I personally think is a mistake.
So as an aside, those of you might guess by looking at me, I am an Italian American and have some pretty deep Italian roots. And so the one thing about Italians, food's always going to come up. And there's a little joke that we have in the family of, what is the most common subject matter? At lunch, it's what we're gonna have for dinner. And so it's so funny how they work that in here. And everyone always has an opinion on how you should be making whatever it is that you're making or eating, whatever you're eating. And so I think it's funny that they snuck that in there. And that's definitely some humor for the Italian Americans, I think, that are watching this, or just regular old Italians.
And then they killed Nicky Capelli, one behind the ear with a .22. Richie loved to use .22s because the bullets are small and it'll come out the other end like a .45. See, a .45 will blow a barn door out the back of your head, and there's a lot of dry cleaning involved. But a .22 will just rattle around like Pac-Man, until you die.
Thank you, Mr. Antonelli.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Your witness?
Mr. Antonelli, where exactly do you live?
Nowhere.
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Levine knows perfectly well that the witness is not able to answer that question.
I withdraw the question. You're currently in the Federal Witness Protection Program. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you're living somewhere in America under the protection of the federal government. You agreed to testify against Mr. Gazzo, and in exchange for this testimony, you've been given immunity, a nice house, and a weekly paycheck. Is that correct?
That's not all I get.
So what's the prosecuting attorney doing here? It's pretty simple. He's attacking credibility. This is super common in a courtroom, and it's a very effective way to neutralize a witness so that a jury can see, hey, you shouldn't be listening to this witness. They have bias, they have no credibility. They're here just saying what they want to say and it has nothing to do with the truth. So he's going right at that, right? Steve Martin's character is in witness protection. He's got immunity. He can't be prosecuted. He's gotten all these benefits, and that's why he's there testifying, which is what the prosecutor wants you to believe. But Steve Martin's pretty smart. Let's see how he responds to try to kind of rehabilitate himself and bolster that credibility for the jury.
Well, perhaps you'd like to enlighten the jury as to what else the government is giving you in exchange for this testimony.
Sure.
You notice how he looks at the jury? That's something that's really important as well. So many times witnesses just get that tunnel vision where they're just looking at the attorney asking them the questions. But at the end of the day, it's the jury that you really want to be paying attention. So a good witness and a lawyer giving good advice to a witness is going to tell them, you look at the lawyer when the question is being asked, and then you look over at the jury and make that eye contact when you're giving your answers. And again, that's going to help build credibility and that relationship between the witness and the jury. And Steve Martin does it perfectly here.
I get to never see my parents again, or my loved ones. I get to live in a place. It's okay, don't get me wrong. The air is clean, people are nice. But for a guy like me, who was raised on the sidewalks of a city that never sleeps, it's a living hell. There were times when I thought of giving it all up, particularly when my wife left me. They gave us a nice house with flowers in front. It made us sick. But I made a deal with the government, so I'm here to tell the truth. And if you think I'm saying what I'm saying about Mr. Gazzo killing Nicky Capelli only because of the deal, you got a point. But it's still the truth.
Fantastic testimony. Like, just very well done, rehabilitates himself and gives that jury a reason to believe him. He's like, look, I lost my family, I lost my wife, I'm living somewhere that I can't stand, but I made a deal and I'm here to stick to it. So I think it's a great scene, and I think Steve Martin nails it.